am John Campbell, United States of Jamaica, Union of Pan America. What do I have to say? What is on my mind right now? Spartans, what is your occupation? Hopefully things don't end the same way. With that battle. The war was won, though. The battle was lost. But it was an epic and exciting battle in history times past long ago. Today it's not the same, though. Persia is not Persia. And Greece today is not a collection of city-states. No. It's an entirety unto itself. Nor are they enemies, what would be considered. Let's say Persia today would be like Iran. No enemies there. I saw a video on YouTube a little while back. It really wasn't that long ago. Maybe a couple days ago. I'm not sure. It's quite early in the morning. Around 4 or after 4, between 4 and 5 in the morning. The date of this recording, Yure 3, 4667 at all. And the video I saw was Oceania News. I took a picture of part of that video and put in between Oceania Agreement News. Now, what was Oceania? What is this guy in the video referring to? He's referring to superstates from a book called 1984, 1984 from Edward P. Frost. By George Orwell. Speaking of a new world after some masculinity and huge detrimental war. It's caused the entire world to be transformed into something else. I did take from that book, but the geography is completely different, and many things are also different, but many things remain the same, just like that book. However, I did not carbon copy anything. No, it was not a carbon copy at all. There are many similarities, but much of what I said is still my own, as far as thoughts are concerned. And so the geography is not the same. There are many differences, but I'm influenced by many things, books, videos, and all the things I am influenced by. It all comes together to formulate whatever this is. So, I already talked about Republic, Empire, and Union. I sure did. I already talked about realms as far as culture and civilization. But you know what? Besides the holiness or unholiness, besides the economics and governmental policies, governmental thinking structures, well, some people just want to kill you and take your girl, like Mark. Yeah. So whenever I'm thinking about doing something like making a video, recording, even without the video, right before that, I had this look on my face like, I'm thinking about doing something. And this thought of me doing something is picked up by another person who beforehand spends a great amount of time, a great deal of time, just simply looking at me. Am I outside? No, but like I said, this house is bugged in every which way, visually, auditorily, cameras, microphones, whatever. So it's like fishing. You simply sit there for hours and hours and hours waiting for some fish to bite. But the only fish in this pond is me. And they're simply waiting for me to think of something else so they can snatch it up, steal it. I'm tired though, since it's so early. Reveille, but I never actually slept. Reveille. Should be text. So, that's on my mind. Violence is that. The world is changing. It seems like the world is changing rapidly. But that's actually not the case. The world has been heading in a certain direction for a long time. Certain forces were acting and have been acting for a long time. But it's only long after these actions or these movements have been taking place that people actually recognize any such movements. Quesada. I was in college, but I never graduated. Talking about the St. County Community College, St. Patrick, New Jersey. I think it's also in Longview, because they have multiple campuses. Okay, I'm talking about St. Patrick. Years before I came back here, there's a public speaking class. I can talk about all different kinds of classes. I was expelled because of a public speaking class, but it's not what I'm referring to. In another public speaking class, I had another public speaking teacher. It was a man. We had to talk about some things. What I spoke on was Nigeria, the future, predictions, possibilities, and also Indonesia. Anybody has had any recollection of the past? They remember lots of things. Yeah, they remember black. They remember the worst things possible, and they love to blow many things that really weren't much of anything out of proportion. If you look back, that time, should be no surprise to anybody now. When I refer to all the things I refer to speak on or speak about all the things I speak about, should be no surprise. It has been years in the making. But again, what will be the difference between any individual student in any classroom in any college speaking on anything of a similar manner? How would anybody be able to predict anything as far as the individual person predicting anything for the future. How do you take, out of the whole pack of many, how do you say, or think of this person as being, well, it? The great predictor of many things. And also, sort of catalyst, or in a slight way, a director of certain things happening. You can't. So when it happens, it just happens seemingly by surprise. Now, Daniel John Campbell as a leader of this state, this union, no. I plan on relaxing. I plan on going to sleep. It's early right now. Like reveille, when it should be taps, it should be lights out for me. That's what I plan on. I plan on not being bothered. Many things that are occurring. We already thought about that long in advance. Right now on YouTube, I subscribe to the Indonesian Basketball League. I already thought about many things long in advance. On this video, Oceania News, it's about the super states, and the guy in the video is talking about production with allies and things of that nature. What I'm referring to pertains more to not anything holy, not anything spiritual, not anything political, financial, economic, governmental. Somebody just wants to kill you and take your girl. Or a group of people, they just want to kill you and take your girl. So what do? You have to fight. You have to formulate strategies to defend yourself. You have to get together in a group. Because the next person, the next group of people, you're getting together in groups as well. You have to organize because they're organized. Or they're organizing. Spartans, what is your occupation? You see? I brought more soldiers in me. But that may not be the case. That may not be the case. Because who has the most soldiers as far as any contiguous entity in the world? I mean, I speak on Pan America, but it is not unified completely as yet. So what would be the People's Liberation Army? From the People's Republic of China. Oh no, I'm really scared now. You can just see the tear trickling down my eye. I'm just crying like a baby. I'm so scared. Besides the People's Liberation Army, what would be a powerful force in the world? The most extended force in the world currently would be the United States military. Oh no. Not Americans. Oh no, naked stuff. I am so scared. Yeah, really. Well, I mean, why should I be scared? They're big and they're powerful. But what's there to fear? Not much. Why? They have to be they really have to be stupid to do anything crazy. Or just lash out and go wage some irrational war somewhere. They're big and they're powerful, yes, but to go on some wild rampage, see, that would not make any sense, now would it? No, it would not. No, it would not. So Republic, Union, Empire, whatever, whoever these powers are, wherever powers lie or rest, well, oh well. If Americans want to, well, I mean, they already did. They're camped outside Marine Park. Marine Park is up the street. This is space one breaking. On this side, I call it Tadpole. On the other side, you call it Philadelphia. Next to that, you have Marine Park. They were camped out over there. The 1Z1, or the Ray 1Z1, Airborne Division of the United States Army. Oh no. I mean, when they were here before, it was quite disturbing to me. But, this is the suburbs. Like, imagine, some alien military force just camped out in your suburban neighborhood for a good amount of time. Just chilling. It would probably cause most people to get a bit unnerved. And you could burn down your tent. And they left. I think they left because I was thinking to burn down the tent. But they should, you should understand that. If anybody from anywhere else was just anywhere in America like that, don't you think Americans would do the same? Probably. But I mean, I think they did come back. I did not feel too much as far as the same. Like, oh well. They're big, they're powerful. It's like, as long as it's because of the last time. Because of the last time when they were here and how they left. It's like, wow, you just left. They're big and they're powerful. But, oh, okay. You're big and powerful, but you're not nuts like that. It's like when you're already big and you're already powerful and the whole world knows you, you don't have too much to prove. You're not trying to prove it. Who am I trying to prove anything to? If you're them. Okay, you don't like this joke, you will just leave. Goodbye. There's not too much as far as fear is concerned when it comes to them. Parts of the society. Oh, yes. Like people from that society. Individuals, rebels, rogues, people who may have served in some kind of military fashion over there to leave and then go somewhere else and start up trouble. Yeah, those guys are scary. You know what else is scary? Smaller states. Smaller states. I think that's where most of the war takes place in the world. It's not the People's Republic of China. You have movies about stuff like that. The end of the world. Or the United States of America. The end of the world. But most of the war that takes place in the world, it's not that. It's much smaller states. And even this Pan America in development, it would not even be here. Because even though it's not a contiguous entity, I still refer to it as, in all these videos, With my introduction of Daniel John Campbell, Union States of Jamaica, which would be in the Union of Pan America, as if it already were a contiguous entity. Not being too worried, because most of the people here already sort of understand the unity. So as far as threats are concerned from anywhere outside, people they kind of already understand. This is not America yet. This is not like it's not like contagious like the people. No, it's not like that yet. But people understand if there's a threat anywhere, others are prone to step up and go where there is trouble to see what's going on. Of course, currently there is lots of trouble, but the trouble is mostly internal. I mean, there are outside factors at play, yes. But though there may be outside factors in play, well, it's not out of control at the minute, at this present time. In other parts of the world, well, the circumstances are worse, more dire. Currently, the rest of the world is entering into a state of decline. This is true. Now, what exactly would I be referring to? Well, the dominant powers are the states, the People's Liberation Army, as far as the People's Republic of China, and the United States of America. But it's not just that. It's basically North America, right? With NAFTA and all. From Canada to the whole continental United States, of course, Hawaii and all that. Down to Mexico. That's what I really consider to be. With the majority of the people who are Mexican, it's like they're a part of the whole body, but they don't fight in the United States military. It's like an equestrian order. It's like a special status to be able to fight, like as if they were the entire body. The Mexicans don't fight. What Mexicans have is their military force that the Constitution states should not leave but remain within Mexico. Anyway, the world is changing rapidly, and people who are in power are entering into a state of decline. They're not as powerful as they used to be, but they're still powerful indeed. Okay? So some people may be aging. Even if a guy is aging, like a man, you see him sit down to mess with him. Well, he's down, but he's not out. He is not out. He is nowhere near out. And he will not be out anytime soon. So if that's what you're planning, if that's what you're betting, that's not going to happen. A guy may not bench press as much as he used to, but I'm sorry. He will still bench press your ass. He will still snap you like a twig. America will still snap you like a twig. Way too cocky and all this other stuff. Okay, on YouTube I have a channel. Well, on YouTube I have a channel. Of course I have a channel. On my channel on YouTube I have a playlist. It's like Buster Ass, referring to This is Melania Trump. Right? That's the very one who lady of the United States of America, President Donald Trump's wife. It seems quite out of place, to be speaking about people like that. Right? How dare you? How dare I? I can't get rid of it. Of course I can get rid of it. Of course I can get rid of the playlist. Just press the delete button. But I don't think that's a good idea. No, it's not a good idea. It seems quite disrespectful, but no, the playlist really explains itself. They're okay. Why? Because they're big. And anything I do is nothing in comparison to what they're capable of. Because I am small. Okay? They are big. And it seems like a real... It's not like anybody actually did anything to the guy's life. But the thought is there, and I would not have a problem with, anybody following through on that. It seems really messed up. Like, how dare you? No. They're alright. Because they're big. And as soon as I let up, I would get squashed. Like the casada I hear creaking. Yeah, I'll get squashed like I'll get squashed like an insect. No thanks. No thanks. They are so big. They have so many things on their minds. They have so much. Who am I? Really? For me to think, well, look if they're offended. Who am I? I'm nobody. They're all right. Donald Trump is all right. He had lots of wives. All of a sudden, he's all right and he'll do fine. Without Donald Trump, if there is anybody else in office, they'd be all right too. They're doing fine. They're not saying anything like assassination. No. They're doing fine. If he decides, I don't feel like being president anymore, well, there's a vice president. He doesn't feel like it. He has a choice. He's a billionaire. He has money like that. It's an ego thing. That's not hurting him in any physical shape, form, or fashion. He's all right. She's all right. They're all right. I'm just a nigger. Just like any nigger walking past the White House. Just like any nigger outside Horsey's and Pennsylvania Avenue. I'm just a nigger. I'm nobody special. I'm just a nigger. In my baggy jeans. I think it's probably cold. Maybe I think it's cold around this time. My baggy jeans and my boots. Whatever kind of boots I love to wear. These are brown boots, right? Movie glasses. And my hoodie. Because it would be cold about now. Yes, my hoodie. Maybe I have a radio. Yeah, a radio. A nice radio. Not exactly like this radio, but anyway. On the Washington District of Columbia subway, riding about. I Adidas Street. Well, A Street. B is right? B is on B, really. A Street and Beach and all those other streets. I'm just a nigger. They're all right. From here, in this union state of Jamaica, people may find that quite offensive. We're just a bunch of niggers. In America, when it comes to this is when they should be dragging a barrel around. When it comes to this is when they should be activating car lines. When it comes to this, but I don't hear any car lines when it comes to this. I don't hear any barrels being dragged in. I hear some weird barrel sounds and some weird car alarm sounds. It's like the strangest moments. But this is when they should be banging on the barrel and dragging the barrel around. This is when they should be doing stuff like that. Because he's all right, she's all right, they're all right. I look like anybody else at the White House. I'm just a nigger. Really? Should be wearing a chain, something that spins in the middle. It is cold, so maybe I would not be wearing my fishing hat. Probably just wear some other kind. They call it a tam. It's called a tam. They don't call it a tam. They call it something else I forgot. Is it cold? Do we need gloves? Okay, maybe not there, but in partnership, probably. I'm just a nigger. Not even a nigger. Because even if I have straight hair, even if I have phenotypical features closer to them, hey man, what's the difference between an Indian and a Pakistani over there? Am I driving a cab? Or am I selling Dunkin' Donuts? I'm not light-skinned. They're all right. Really? Who cares? If somebody actually does get the chance to bust their ass, that's great. That's fantastic. They don't feel a thing. How many times did I get killed yesterday in Washington, District of Columbia? Or the day before that? Was I killed in New York? Who cares? Anyway, Oceania agreement. I thought there were many things wrong in this. I just look like that guy over there. I'm just there. Or anybody was just black. Black guy. Hey, Shine. Hey, how you spent the last 17 years in prison? Hey, I'm in prison right now. Because this whole place is booked. And it's like surrounded by a whole bunch of other motherfuckers who are from there, right? They talk about their incarceration and they're going through some. But wait, I'm under them, so whatever problems they complain about, well, I'm underneath them, so they're okay. It's like I'm in Guantanamo Bay. They're okay. And I'm in Guantanamo Bay. Hey. I could turn on the AM station right now. I could listen to anything from Cuba if I felt like it. Except for the fact that it's bugs, so usually whenever I listen to whatever I listen to, it changes. Because all these stations have like imperials there, overseeing or propagandizing the media. But what I say about Pan American story is true. Other parts of the world are in decline. People are in decline, but they're still strong. Scary? Not to the greatest extent, because it's like, they're big and powerful, and they don't have too much of anything to prove. And what's the difference between me and all the other casadas? You know. Hey, how about Iran? How about Iran? Yeah, I said it's like Iran. Sergeant, what is your occupation? Iran. They're light skin. I'm not. So as far as brown and dark, now this is a time when you should be talking about black. And this is the time when I don't hear any car alarms. This is the time when I don't hear any guard. This is just as strange. It's the opposite of what should be. But that's life anyway. Many things I thought about immigrants, as far as Pan Americans is concerned. Well, fuck you and take your girl. There's a thought of genocide, of course. Blah, blah, blah. People moving in, biking them all. But much of what would be taking place in Pan America has already been dealt with a certain exception. They watch Pan Americana. That was young. It's broadcasted from federal, I call it like a sample of it. Like a couple seconds. So that's all I need. So that I see. This is Pan America. Okay? This is Pan America. I already know where you're at. I already know the route or the route you're trying to go or head towards. Right? Like the Mexicans with their Azteca television. They could do that because that's exactly what they are. Black. Now the equivalent of that would be something here you probably label it or term it something like that. If it were in existence, you say like that. Inca television. No, that would not make any sense because there's no Inca here. I jumped. Something just fell. I don't know what it was, like a plug. Yeah, a plug. Sort of starting here. But who cares? I know I'm not one. So, I already see you guys heading down that route. I saw that years ago. And I put that on YouTube years ago about some guy selling cocaine. I would not be Peruvian because Peru is a modern concept which coincides with America. It sure does. But Inca does not. Okay? Anything and everything today that is Peru is not Inca. Inca is just black. Okay? Inca is like Aztec. The reason why Peru is what Peru is not because of Inca. Now your bloodline may be that. Sure. But Peru is not Inca. Right? Inca were just Egypt. Who was it? Hernán Cortés? No, Pizarro. It was Pizarro. Yeah. The destruction of the Inca Empire. But your bloodline is the same. Okay. You want to be Inca? You'll be Inca Mafia. I mean, there are also smaller collections of people, ethnic types and tribes. But Inca would be the dominant factor. Inca would be the dominant group. So if you want to be Inca, I already saw it coming long in advance. You'd be Inca Mafia. How does that sound? You kill each other like crazy. But Peru would still remain Peru. And America in development would still remain that. And America. Right? And grow. And consolidate. And become better and greater. You can still be Inca, Inca gangster, Inca cartel. Like I said, Inca mafia. Inca posse. How about Inca posse? India. Kita mandi. You see, look, it does not have anything to do with space. Okay? My probably copied some my own concept or thoughts of Babylon. Well, when it comes to them and Iraq, that would be appropriate. When it comes to America, Inca would not work. It would not make any sense. Now, it's sensible to remember where you came from, your past, your history, your bloodline, your lineage, but also recognize, well, what pertains to you today. In respect to mainly like four of the main characters, as far as the driving force behind a social organization of people in Pan America. Being who exactly? Well, these main characters are listed as being the song, like I said, Sam Sharp, Simon Bolivar, and Don Pedro. Most of them are right too. Prince Don Pedro. They're right too. It's not to be in that order, though. Toussaint Louverture will be number one. Afterwards, we would have Simon Bolivar and Prince Don Pedro right too, and then Sam Sharp. Of Western displacement. Other things affected other parts of the world as well, but we're still similar. On various levels. So that's in America, the possibility of crime. Now this Oceania agreement news, I had a picture, included 3 people, one man from Brazil, one man from Indonesia, and another man from Pakistan. Yes, sir. I sure did. Atlantic come in, Indian Ocean come in, and Pacific come in. Sounds impressive. Actually, has teeth. No, it could have teeth, but like with the recognition that the dominant powers in the world are still there, and they would remain there for a long time. The main threat towards this burgeoning, alliance, not an antagonistic alliance, but an alliance of mutual defense, cooperation, and prevention of mass destruction. Not so much in the form of weapons of mass destruction, but in the form of, basically, regular warfare leading to mass killing and possibly genocide, extermination of entire peoples, due to the fact that the world is in a state of decline. The main powers of the world, I mean, with this Quesada creaking, and with this playlist I have on YouTube, bust her ass, and she no remorse felt for that. Wow, because they're big, and no matter how much it seems like they're hurt, they're not hurt, because I am just a nigger outside of 4ZZ, Pennsylvania Avenue, in Washington, VFA, D-Ray. What is VFA? What is D-Ray? That's just black. Exactly. Nobody ever heard of VFA, D-Ray. Okay? Phenotype. Okay, I have straight here. And I have an oblong shaped head. I'm just a stupid Pakistani cab driver. who's scared of these black motherfuckers. Because black motherfuckers love to rob cab drivers like you. And nobody gives a fuck about mouths. Not even the police, who I call on sometimes. Hello, police, help me. That's why I don't stop for black motherfuckers. And you see somebody like me and they say, well, you look like me. And I would not blame you. Because black motherfuckers, Washington, you probably ready. You probably robbed a cab or in New York City. Yeah. And I have to drive this cab for I don't know how many hours. I have to piss. My bladder is killing me. That's life. Oh, boo-hoo, the billionaire on his, I don't know how many fucking wives the motherfucker had. It's sad. The billionaire was the president of one of the most powerful nations on the planet, who's probably, watching me right now with these microphones, who has no intention of turning off any of these microphones or any of these cameras. Boo-hoo, he feels sad when he has me locked up in this prison, when he has me surrounded by all these fucking people. Boo-hoo, I feel so sad for him. Boo-hoo, the same motherfucker. Boo-hoo, the same motherfucker who sent a motherfucker on a bicycle to come kill me. Boo-hoo, I feel so sad for this guy. With all of his riches and all of his bitches. Bitches. Besides his wife, besides his wife, who else does he have? How many others does he have? Boo, I feel so sorry for this guy. Are they going to assassinate him? Oh no. No, they're not. He's not Kennedy. There's no scandal associated with him. He's living large. He's chilling like a demon. Boo. Oh, the tears. Woe is he. You see? I'm just an insect. I'm not worried about him. I'm not worried about the People's Liberation Army either. Now here is what I am worried about. Inca cartel. Inca mafia. Right? It's those small things. I'm not worried about your film here. Okay, how many women do you have on the side? Trump. How many other women do you have besides your wife? Oh, exactly. I'm not worried about that. I'm not worried about the Ray Lindsay Monkey Airborne Division. I don't know. Who cares? I don't really care. I'm worried about the virgin Inca gangsters, Inca Honduras. Because, Pan America, they'll focus all their attention on Lima, Anybody looking to take over, they'll say, well, that's Pan America right there. Let's head straight to Lima. Or what they call total destruction, or the total prevention of the consolidation of Pan America. We'd probably slow it down a bit. I'm worried about that. But addressing it causes other people to also focus on it to such an extent that the damage it would cause would be lessened. So what else am I worried about? Well, okay. A while ago in school, I talked about Nigeria, and not too long ago I also said, well, if you guys have any problems with the Cold War, the rest of these African types, they're just fucking blank. But then you say I'm black too, right? So it's like black versus black. Okay, well I'm not mentioning Trump right now. It's black versus black. So when it comes to them, I'm not that black. When it comes to this guy in the White House, okay, I'm just a nigga outside rolling dice, playing seal. We'll talk about it like this. Anyway. Bust her ass. If you think you'll bust anybody gets to see you'll bust her ass. If you don't bust if you don't do any if you get any chance, bust her ass. He sees you, like, oh, you did not? And you had the chance? You thought I had respect for you. You're just a nigger. You're just black to me. Guard sees him. Secret Service, get him. You'll be dead in no time. He'll just yawn, and he'll be dead. He'll just move on here. And you'll be what? You'll be like, how many people did he kill today? All for his head. You're nobody. So don't hesitate. Anyway. What am I worried about? Anyway, I said Nigeria is like this. How Nigeria and the rest of these black African people, right, in the Cold War, go talk to them. It looks like I'm pushing things on Nigeria. But I'm not. I'm really not. It's exactly the truth. But I'm not against them. I'm still with them. You know? Except for the fact that there's so much crime in the form of corruption. Lots and lots of corruption in Nigeria. And if anything really, really bad was happening, well, like I said, this Oceania agreement that I'm speaking of right now, then America would be there in support. Right? Trade. There's oil there, Niger Delta. There's oil here too. There's oil in the Gulf. But it's not just that. We're all in the mix. So, in spite of the corruption, crime, and also the fact that, you guys are just racist. Everybody's racist to some extent. Everybody has some amount of racism. The racism of you guys as well started nappy-headed. I can't just say I'm brown just like that. No, because I'm still nappy-headed, right? Or curly hair. It's like people would look at you guys as being, the major, and a guy like me as being the minor. It's like it's like racially speaking, I'd be considered sort of a minority, right? So I'm always looking up to people like you, because you're dark skinned. Not really, but it would be perceived as that. Dark skinned people. So I don't really like corruption, lots of bad. But you're still not like the rest of these African motherfuckers, And okay, I have not spoken about them too much, but that's only because they don't speak English. They speak Arabic, and they're not much different. They're Ethiopians. They have a long history. Long history, and they'll be in the mix as well. But Nigeria, anyway. They're still Nigerian. They're not way out here like Jesus. They're not way at it because they're corrupt. They do some bad things. But you still see a Nigerian man with a Nigerian woman. A Nigerian man could be with a woman from anywhere. Yes, but it's like he's not like. He doesn't look up to people. He's not like black, like light-skinned and dirty God. It's not looks mentally. It still looks at you as being a human being along with looking at his own as being human beings. Corrupt, yes. Lots of corruption, yes, but closer to what a human being is. not like subhuman, animalistic or anything. Okay, but this is what you guys should prepare for. Something similar to what has already occurred and is already within the confines of all this union that I talk about. Israel. Israel's neighbors upon his birth all gathered, they all decided to destroy Israel in a war. So they were surrounded, and the only thing that put them to death, well, not the only thing, they had the Israeli Air Force. There's a war of investment where it's like a war of survival. Well, Nigeria, you should prepare for something like that. I'm not sure if your neighbors are as powerful as Israel's neighbors were. But it's like the Israeli conflict with many of his neighbors should turn into like the Nigerian conflict with many of his neighbors. Indefinitely. Is the Nigerian military up for the task or up to the task? Well, they are now. So when things happen, well, there's no surprise because I already prepped you for it. And that's all there is to it. That's all you need to know. Get ready for lots of people hating you just because you're Nigerian. But I think you'll be alright. I mean, no, you won't be alright. I think you'll survive. And if it gets really bad, I'm not joking about the whole Oceania agreement. Those for the Oceania agreement. And America will support you. Will not lift you up. Okay, America will be there. So like got your back. It's just like really, really bad. Okay? About Angola, Kenya, Ethiopia. Okay. Where else would be like a hot spot? Already addressed that. Iraq. On my playlist on YouTube. Reach out and touch all these other people's hands. Because they're looking to reach out and touch you. So you should reach out and touch them where you want. Because, okay, due to the fact that the major powers of the world are in decline, but they're still strong. Nonetheless, due to the fact that there is a decline, well, other people who are used to these people being in power, they'll get panicky because they're not used to the order of the world. Okay, they're used to the order of the world the way it has been for a long time. And when change comes, they'll go nuts. To such an extent that instead of waging war the way people usually would wage war, they wage war with a vengeance to exterminate and kill people off genocidally. That's what Iraq is defending itself against. They would wipe you out. So you should strike before them. And if there's a big mass, a huge mass, so, afterwards, it would be sensible to draw back with a buffer zone in place. A buffer zone further than the current boundaries of Iraq. Yes. Why not take a couple provinces or whatever those smaller parts of the entire bodies of those other border neighboring states are called? They're called provinces or states within an entire state. I don't know. Take some of that and use that as a buffer zone. If they continue to fight, well, you just defend right there. You just hold the line. Right? You just pick at them and pick at them. A lot like Nigeria. A lot like the way Israel has been for years. Now, Israel today, Well, it's not like that anymore. Like I said, with these declining cars, other people are looking to exterminate. My plan for Israel, as if I was the Prime Minister of Israel, right? As if I was in charge of Israel. And my plan for Israel is expansion. Yes, as the Prime Minister, although I'm not the Prime Minister, I'm just talking. Because there's nothing to the east. Everything is to the west. I really don't see any reason to attack. It's more a matter of defense. If people were to attack the other way around, or to cut off any supply route that Israel needs for its continued existence. I mean, if any such route is cut off, or if any attack occurs, an immediate response should be necessary. It's already stated as what that response would be, and how far it would reach out. Would it happen? Would it not happen? I already anticipated. If it does not, it does not. Yeah. As long as you're continuously supplied, as long as you're as long as you have the ability to reach out to the rest of the world, well, you should be all right. But if anything happens, you strike hard, you strike fast. Whatever you take, you keep, and you grow from there. There's more. With Iraq and all that, that will be connected to Iran and Pakistan. When it comes to Iraq, whatever you're fighting, don't think you could be like Iran and talk about the great safety. You can. Like Iran is referring to the United States of America as being a great safety. Some time ago. Iran also held Americans as hostage. I think that was before I was even born. I don't think you could do that, if you're an Iraqi. No, you don't have such luxuries. You're not Iranian. You can't call anybody very safe. You can't hold hostages and thinking you'll receive some kind of like a respectful response to that. Nobody will bargain with you when it comes to anything. It's some dirty, underhanded, devious type person. You're not Iranian. And bad things happen, you have to pull back. But Iran is buying in Pakistan as well. That'll be like the Indian Ocean from there. I spoke on the Atlantic Ocean from there, with Pan America, Nigeria. Okay, that would be like the Indian Ocean from there. What would be the Pacific from there? Well, that's the reason why I started this. I already had the ideas for all the other stuff. But Indonesian Basketball League. Knowledge is the last. I'm tired. I call it Pacific. Not for that, I say it's called the Pacific Rim. And we have Japan, we have associated states, such as what? I'd say like Taiwan. Taiwan is not Republican. And it would not be unionist either. So it would have to be imperial. And the closest thing there as like an ally or a friend anywhere would be Japan. Along with Japan and Taiwan. There'd also be South Korea. I'd say so. Anything else? Can't think of right now. Like I said, the main powers of the major powers of the world in decline, other people step up. And when they step up a bit shaky and a bit nervously. So it's close to that. There's this place called the Philippines. They went through all different kinds of problems over the years. Lots over decades. In the last turn of the war and before that, Spanish American Filipinos have been dying for a long time. Senseless conflict, senseless bloodshed. Today, something like that was to happen as far as any neighboring body entering into the Philippines, like officially the troops and all. It would not be like the past. The past was bad. It really was bad. Okay, present intrusion, invasion of the Philippines would be much worse than anything in the history of the Philippines. Not only would it affect the Philippines, whoever decides to do something like that would go island hopping from the Philippines onwards, further south. It would probably affect places like Malaysia as well. And on to Indonesia. Yes, no means so, yes. Definitely. Nobody cares. So long in advance before that would be Indonesia's BC. Pacific Command, Pacific Ocean Command. To enter into the water and move about. To head over to Manila, whether they like it or not, and ask them what's going on, to see if things are okay, see if things are alright. When things are getting out of hand in the Philippines, to make sure it does not spread to other parts beyond the Philippines. Because if it does, and if it affects anybody else, then they will, or they would, respond rapidly and irrationally, violently, bad. I know it seems far away, it would not be that far away when whoever decides to do whatever they decide to do, begin, or they start to do what they do. It would not seem that far away. After the Philippines, they just go out of the hobby. With this decline of world's major powers. There's something else. I already said, I'm not scared of the People's Liberation Army. It's the People's Liberation Army. They're only the largest military force on the planet. So, I'm not scared of them. I'm not scared of you're big. But you have to be really stupid to just wage war for no reason. You're just going to wage war because you're big. Exactly. That makes no sense. So what would be the threat? The Vietnamese merchant ships. Vietnamese fishing boats. Vietnamese fishermen. Annoying. So when, let's say the Indonesian Navy decides to go underway and further west, further north, venture through the South China Sea, and travel throughout close to and around the sea space of the Philippines. But the Philippines already has military power. No, they don't have that much. They already have boats, but they don't have that much, dude. They need help. Okay, everybody has an Air Force. Why is America all over the place? Exactly. So when Indonesia does do that, and the Filipinos would not have a problem with that at all, because they know their own history and they know their own neighbors. They do know that. They would not have a problem with Indonesia just being there to make sure things don't get out of hand. Because lots of people are already there and they don't like all these other people there. There's all these other people there, they're from some far off places, much further than Indonesia. Yes, they have absolutely nothing to do with the Philippines. Okay? What's the problem with these Vietnamese fishermen and merchant ships? Well, there's a day of conscience. Remember the Vietnam War? Was that an accident? Some incident. And then things got out of hand and things escalated into major conflict. It's not like that today, no. Any incident with Vietnam, you might say, well, it's not much of a thing. It would be something. But it's not Vietnam itself. Vietnam is a huge military power as far as personnel is concerned. But no, Indonesia has not that much to fear from Vietnam per se. It is that Vietnam is linked to the People's Republic of China. So there's no fear in the People's Liberation Army. It's not that. It's Vietnam. It's like China by itself is like, who cares? It's Vietnam. Directly China but no, it's Vietnam. You're right, Vietnam would be the agitator. You get into some squabble with Vietnam where the Vietnamese. Like I said, it would not be the Vietnamese warship. No. It would be like some bum. It would be some guy fishing boat. They're looking for, they want some tuna fish or something like that. And they're always in your way. You're selling over here, and it's like it seems like they're always there. It's not an accident. They're really trying to draw you into a squabble. When they draw you into a squabble, well, the People's Republic of China will respond. So you're not. It's not like the past where you just be fighting Vietnam. Even in the past, you were just fighting Vietnam. America. America was not just fighting Vietnam. Behind that was the Russian Republic or the Soviet republics and the People's Republic of China. Way behind us, supplying them and helping them out. In today's day and age, with the decline that I see, it would be more involved up front. So Vietnam has a huge land force, I think. I don't think they have as much naval personnel. I don't think they have as much people when it comes to sea power. But China does. So directly China, nothing. But Vietnam, that's when you have a problem saying it's weird, isn't it? Yeah, it sure is. So you have to try your hardest to not get into any squabbles with Vietnamese, no matter how annoying they are. And they'll get annoying. But as long as you have to just sit there and you just walk away. That's what my father told me so many times, and so many people have bothered me. Oh man, there's nothing, you just have to just don't pay that guy any mind. That's what my father used to say all the time. I know it's difficult. You have the guns, you have the boat, you could blow that simple-minded, small, like fishing boat or whatever it is, a merchant ship, you could blow that out to sea like nothing. But then here comes the People's Liberation Army, the naval part of it. Right? And they'll use that as an excuse to expand throughout the South China Sea with more vigor. And when it comes to, like, let's say, Australians and even people from Papua New Guinea, those guys with like some bones on their penises, you can't really do too much when it comes to them either. No. I mean, they're technically on the same side. But you still can't do them. It seems weird. But they're a bunch of primitives. They're not that primitive. They're not that primitive. They're not that primitive. Trust me. They're just like Australians. They're not that primitive. So, anything happens over here until you see that body and all that. Leave them alone. I mean, you still go over and shake hands and say, hey, how's it going? Cool buddy, cool pal. People from Brazil over here. Yeah, they're just like people from further south coming here. Until you see some real calamity go down and take place. There's not much you can do. Or like, there's nothing that you really need to do. Yeah, that makes more sense. There's nothing you need to do when it comes to Australia. There's nothing much you need to do when it comes to Papua New Guinea. Or even New Zealand. But the Philippines, you need to go there. These Vietnamese, man, it's going to be hard. You're just going to have to like it. So, okay, some of those vessels you're going to have to stop because they're just in your way. Yeah. They're just in your way. And you just can't shoot at them arbitrarily. Because they're still defensive, but they're annoying. They sure are annoying. As far as war is concerned, or war goes, you may never need to go to war. You may never have to go to war as long as you exercise and continue to exercise. As far as I'm concerned, well, as long as you have the basics, you can continue after me. I mean, I'm not dead or anything. But you could continue, you could make, like I said, this Oceania agreement. You could make more agreements and sign this and that, and you could shake hands. You could have it more formalized. But I'm saying, these world powers, they're in decline, but they're still strong, and they're going to be strong for a long time into the future. A long, long time in the future. So, don't lose any sleep. Don't lose any sleep on these guys just falling off the map anytime soon. Sit down, read a book. There are some books. Barry Bonds, Angels of Wrath, Ray Washington. And you're on your warship. Read a book. These towering signs of our enemies lurking in the shadows and their lives for tactics of unconventional warfare, limiting the ability of our traditional armed forces. Special measures are needed to fight this war on terror. In this call, the President has set up the Joint Services Special Demands Project, known as the TEAM. It is a unique unit existing beyond the bureaucratic restraints of either the U.S. intelligence or military establishments. Blah, 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 blah. It's a book. And it's from an American perspective. I think it's about Israel. Terrorists. Let's see. Led by the CIA agent, our excellent Bob Ferguson. The team pitches in to help the FBI investigate a radical group of zealots who want to create a post-Christian era by instigating a catastrophic showdown in Jerusalem. Yeah, that makes sense. It really does make sense. Yeah, it does make sense. Anyway, that really does make sense. John Steinbeck of Mice and Men. What's good about this book? Well, you got this guy. He's got like a big friend. That his big friend is not the most. He does not have too much of a mind, right? He tries to keep his big friend out of trouble. but his big friend gets killed. I got this book from by the gas station and stuff. Who used to own this book? Some guy called Khalid Roy Hamid. Khalil. Anyway, it says St. George's College. St. George's College. Some guy named Khalil, this school, I don't know, Hamal, Khalil, Roy, St. George's College. I don't know. I could go on for another hour or so and talk about more. I really could. I could break down the world into details. These are the basic. God, don't be false. These are basics. My name is John Campbell. You mistake us. I think that you have time.